Your instructions were to go to the potter shop. And the way that we are so control freaks, and we're so used to being micromanaged and us micromanaging, us plotting and planning and having our own, like almost like our own anxious ways of calming our anxieties by over planning, over analyzing, overthinking. All Jeremiah got was go to the potter shop. I'll holler at you when you get there. Let me know when you make it, okay? Like, I mean, obviously it's God, so he knows, but I'm just saying, like, he was not giving him anything else until he did what he said. We are in a season where I'm like, Lord, I can't. What's the next instructions? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What you want me to be? What you want me to say? You haven't even done the first thing I said to do. You haven't gone to where I said to go. You haven't left the place that I told you to leave. You haven't talked to the people who I told you to talk to. But you want me to lay out a plan for you. I'm not gonna always do that. And we cannot put God in a box where you think that he's gonna treat every season like another season, that he did something. He did something one way last time. It may not be the same way.
Level up loading. Level up loading. Level up loading.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Level Uploading. Fight feelings, face facts with yours truly, Shay.
Hey!
Are you guys happy to see me? I'm happy to be back, but neither here nor there. I wanted to hop in. I was reading the book of Jeremiah last night, and actually I've been reading it for a few days, but last night is when I really got this, I don't know, this, I guess you could call it a revelation, or just, you know how you read something, you can read it 1,000 times. I've read the Bible front to back, chronologically, randomly. Listen, okay? You can read the same stuff over and over and over, and it may not hit you until it hits you, or something may not mean anything to you until you're in a situation, or till it actually applies to your situation. And like for me, that happens all the time. Like the word is literally living. It's the living word. Like, you know how you read a book and you're just like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. Or you watch a movie and you're like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. And yes, I do know what's gonna happen. I read this, but every time I read it, I get a new something to take from it. And that's so beautiful. Hi, beautiful people. I just wanted to pop in real quick and say, if you have not subscribed, please do so now. Leave a comment. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. Back to the episode. Let's hop in. So reading Jeremiah, and originally I was paying close attention to the way that the Lord was giving Jeremiah instructions. So there was times in the Bible where Jeremiah was giving instructions like, do this, then do that. Do this, then do that. And then there was times when the Lord said, hey, go do this, and I'll talk to you when you get there. And he had no further instructions. He had no further, I don't know why I'm nervous. Like, what? It ain't been that long. Anyway, he had no further information. He had to do what the Lord said in order for him to get his next set of instructions. So let me go to the word real quick, and I will give you those examples. So the first example is going to be when, this thing doing anything wrong too. The first example is going to be when he was told instructions, and he got a whole layout, a whole plan, like do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, so that's going to be one of the examples, Jeremiah 17, verse 19. And it says, this is what the Lord said to me. Go and stand in the gates of Jerusalem, first in the gate where the king goes in and out, and then in each of the other gates. Say to all the people, listen to this message from the Lord, you kings of Judah, and all you people of Judah, and everyone living in Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says. Listen to my warning. Stop carrying on your trade at Jerusalem's gates on the Sabbath day. Do not do your work on the Sabbath, but make it a holy day. I gave this command to your ancestors, but they did not listen or obey. They stubbornly refused to pay attention or accept my discipline. So you guys can go on and read the rest of that. The Lord was admonishing them for being workaholics, for being greedy, for doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing on the day of rest. So further down in Jeremiah, before we go there, so as you can see, the Lord gave him the whole spiel, what to do, where to stand, how to do it, what to say. Don't we love when the Lord does that? Like, I know for myself personally, I've had seasons in my life where the Lord gave me the whole blueprint. I'm not going to say the whole blueprint, let's be honest. Not the whole blueprint. But the Lord gave me, this is what you're going to be doing. And this, I'm not going to necessarily tell you exactly how it's going to happen, but this is what is going to happen. This is what you're going to be doing. This is the end result. Like me moving to Tennessee. Originally, I thought I was going to be moving to Memphis. Originally, I thought, I just had a whole different set of plans when the idea first came to my mind. And years later, a lot of years, it actually came to fruition. But in the waiting seasons is when he actually began to develop the plan and develop and say, nope, not Memphis, we're going to Nashville. Nope, you're not doing that. You're going to be in this field. And I love to see it like that because it gave me a sense of boldness. Yeah, it still was a little scary, don't get me wrong, but it gave me a sense of audacity and boldness that was just like undeniable. And yes, it still was an act of faith. Yes, I still had to put faith in action. I still had to take that leap and jump off the porch. But, I have my instructions. I had a little bit more to go off of. So let me go to the second example of when the Lord just says, hey, just do this. And I'll holler at you when we get done doing it. That's going to be a little bit further in Jeremiah 18. And this is when it's about the potter and the clay. The Lord gave another message to Jeremiah. He said, go down to the potter shop and I will speak to you there. Now, I can go and read the rest of that. But your instructions were to go to the potter shop. And the way that we are so control freaks and we're so used to being micromanaged and us micromanaging, us plotting and planning and having our own, almost like our own anxious ways of calming our anxieties by over planning, over analyzing, overthinking. All Jeremiah got was go to the potter shop. I'll holler at you when you get there. Let me know when you make it, okay? Obviously it's God, so he knows. But I'm just saying, he was not giving him anything else until he did what he said. And in that season, not in that season, but in that way, it's so relatable to me because I can say that I might be in a season where I am in that season of, hey, do what I said to do, and I'm not going to tell you anything until you do what I said to do. And he's serious about it. He's very serious about it, okay? Take it from me. He's very serious about it. He don't mess around when it comes to that. So Jeremiah literally had to go to the potter shop and wait. And if you read Jeremiah, you'll see different times where it flips-flops from direct plots, plans, and orders to go here, stand there, to, okay, go here, stand here, say this, talk to these people, tell them this, go here. It's like it goes back and forth. And for me in my life, I'm just thinking about how there are times where I'm missing the mark because I did not go to the potter shop. I'm still in my rebellion or in my pride or in my stubbornness or in my just humanity and ignorance, which ignorance is not bliss. People perish for lack of knowledge. Ignorance is not bliss. That is so far from the truth. We perish from it. But in my ignorance, I'm like, well, you gotta tell me something else before I take my energy to get up to go to the potter's house or to the potter's shop or whatever. So we are in a season where I'm like, Lord, I can't. What's the next instructions? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What you want me to be? What you want me to say? You haven't even done the first thing I said to do. You haven't gone to where I said to go. You haven't left the place that I told you to leave. You haven't talked to the people who I told you to talk to. But you want me to lay out a plan for you. I'm not gonna always do that. And we cannot put God in a box where you think that he's gonna treat every season like another season that he did something. He did something one way last time. It may not be the same way. God is the same. He's the same good God. But he's not in a box. His ways are not our ways. His logic is not our logic. He has knowledge and big picture far beyond anything that we could even think about knowing. Far beyond anything that we could think about our consciousness and all this other stuff that people like to talk about. He created this. This is his master plan. Everything is intricate. Can you imagine how intricate it is to have a plan, but also be loving enough to give free will? Like, I got plans for you. I see what you can be, and I know what you could be. I know what you could do. I know the greatness that can come from you. But I also understand that I don't want you to be a robot. I don't want you to be a puppet on a string. I want you to choose the things that I'm choosing. I want you to submit to the things that I am asking of you. And, like, people are out here submitting and getting greatness out of their lives. Small beginnings, small upbringings. People that came from nothing are seeing the hand of God on their lives because they use their free will to do his will instead of their own, instead of following the world, instead of following the trends. And for me, I just know that, like, there are times where logic, I will not lie, I'm getting older, and there's a certain level of stability that I'm used to. There's a certain level of comfort and assuredness that I have come to be really liking. And although there's always going to be faith without works is dead. So I'm not activating that faith and not, utilizing that faith. Now, don't get me wrong. Faith, it takes faith to leave. It takes faith to stay. It just depends on what the Lord is telling you. And if you're not tuning in and tapping in with him, you can't get that first set of instructions. And if you haven't done the first things, you're not going to get the rest. So while you're sitting here trying to wing it, like even what I said in my last episode about this platform, it's like somewhere along the lines, there was an instruction and I skimmed the instruction and went over it and just kept doing what I was doing. And I missed the mark somewhere. And I'm just trying to reel this back and get myself back on the right path. The great thing about going the wrong way is you get to see where you didn't want to go. So now when you go where you're supposed to be, you can say, okay, I see where I messed up at, and for me, that's going to be a lot of rebranding and, well, I'm not going to talk about it, I'm going to be about it, but regardless, I don't know if anybody is in a season of God told you to leave that job, God told you to leave that man, God told you to leave those friends, God told you to meet those friends, God told you to take that job that you're like, Lord, I don't even have the qualifications for this, I don't even feel capable of doing this, I don't even want to do this. But if he told you and that's what his will, is for you, By you disobeying that, you're stopping the process. Just like I always bring it back. I always bring it back to Mario Bros. You're not gonna get to the next board until you do and beat this one. So if you haven't done the things and the steps to get to the next one, then guess what? Like a scavenger hunt. If you're doing a scavenger hunt and it's clues and you're walking around and you've got to find the clues to get to the next clue to get to the next clue, if you skip over the second clue, you find the first clue and skip over the second clue, you're not going to have enough details. Something's missing. You're not going to have a piece that you need that was in the second box. It's going to open the third box. It's like it's all one big cycle. It's all planned. So for me and for you, I pray that we start to value the Lord's will a lot more, that we start to take his instructions seriously. They're not suggestions. They're not like to haves. Like, you know how they have it in meetings. It's like must haves, would like to have. I don't know, that's corporate talk. But this is not a variable, you know, this is not if I gave you instructions to go to the potter's house, then go to the potter's house. And if I told you when you get to the potter's house, I'll tell you the next steps, I'll tell you the next steps. Even like if you watch movies, like those little thriller or like action movies, the ransom guy is always on the phone, like, yeah, go meet me here at 3 a.m. by the riverbank. And the next set of instructions will be there. Like, it's that serious. You gotta act like your life, your destiny, your fate, your purpose, your reason for being on this earth is being held ransom. And the Lord is the one who is trying to get you to get and do what you need to do to come get it. A lot of people like to say that the Lord is, a lot of unbelievers and non-believers like to say that the Lord is just toxic and just gonna control a freak. But literally, it's all about you doing. He doesn't bother you. If you don't want to do it, okay, cool. But I'm not gonna talk. I saw something recently about this young lady. This was this morning actually. This young lady was saying that she was in the OnlyFans world and she gave the Lord 6 months. And if her life wasn't better, then she was going back to that lifestyle or whatever. And it's like, who's giving the Lord ultimatums, first of all? He don't work like that, baby. He don't work like that. You don't run that thing. Like, y'all just make everything so transactional that you think that you can say, okay, I stopped doing this. What am I getting? So this doesn't work like that. And the more and the quicker we realize that, the better off we will be. But neither here nor there, guys. I just pray that you all take my lived experience and the Bible's words and truly understand that our next step, our next level is contingent upon us being able to decipher and being able to stand firm on the time when the Lord gives us very simple instructions. If we can't obey the go to the potter's house, that's easy. Then how can we obey? Go to the gate, go talk to the people, go to the people and tell them this, that, and that. That's hard. That's drawn out. But the thing is, a lot of people want position. A lot of people want authority. A lot of people want validation. So they don't mind that hard stuff. They don't want to do the simple stuff. Go to Potter's house. That's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to put on Instagram. That's nothing to brag and give yourself a pat on the back because you went to the Potter's house. But if you went to that gate and you told them what the Lord said and you talked to the authorities and you talked to the people and you warned them about their wrongdoings, that's something you can post. That's something you can feel good about. And I'm not saying Jeremiah was doing that, but I'm just saying I'm using that example. Everybody wants position. Everybody wants position and notoriety, so they don't skip out on the simple ask of the Lord, and they try to push forward and only do the hard, big, congratulatory task that He asks for from us. But yeah, I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself, and sometimes you have to remind yourself who you are and whose you are and who's running things, because it certainly is not us. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you on the next one. I pray that this blesses who it's for, and let me know down in the comments what you think of this episode. Love you. Bye.